Can I help you guys? Needing something? Hey guys, what you guys doing? Come on guys. I don't know where you guys came from, but you guys need to go back home. Yeah, that's a good boy or girl, whatever you are. Yeah, you're friendly. Kisses. I like kisses more than teeth. Good scorching hot morning, everybody. It is not a beautiful morning. Normally it's a beautiful morning, but it is hot today. It's already almost 90 degrees, and they're saying the heat index is going to get close to 110 today. So it is going to be an absolutely miserable day, but that's okay. I'm here now. I hardly got any sleep over the weekend because I was so busy. We did a garage sale on Saturday, sold a bunch of my old stuff there. My wife sold some kids' clothes and just odds and ends things. We sold quite a bit, really, so that was busy all day long. And then yesterday I was busy all day long, and then I had to stay up at night editing videos, so I am absolutely exhausted right now. I completely forgot. We have trucks coming today. We have 2 trucks going to be here, and I've only got a load and a half crushed, and the first truck's going to be here probably in about 15 to 20 minutes. And I don't even have anywhere to load them right now. I've got to get this car moved. There's a whole row of cars right there I've got to get moved. I got to get that car moved. I got to get this truck bed moved, this trailer moved, that car moved. I got a bunch of tree brush there I got to get moved. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get moved. Then I got to finish crushing the load. Then I've got to bring the load out here, set it out in the road, get it wrapped. And so I've got to get all that done, which I may go ahead and just leave those cars there for now and just block my scales off, and then nobody can sell me anything, which is fine. I don't really want to buy anyway. So I'll just do that, but I will have to go ahead and for sure at least get this stuff right here moved so I have room to load the truck. So I've got a ton to get done real quick, so I'm just going to go ahead and get busy. I'm gonna have to have them come out and fix this tire. I don't know where it's leaking at, but it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I can't seem to find a nail or a screw in it, so I'm guessing there's just a hole in it somewhere that I can't really see. But I have to air it up every single time I use the loader now, so it's getting kind of annoying at this point in time. But this is how I air them up. I just pick up a heavy bundle and I let it squat down like that. I put the air chuck on it and I let it air it up till it's not squatting anymore. And it wasn't this bad. Normally I could go about 4 or 5 days before I had to air it up again, but now I've got to air it up every single time I use it. So I've got to load trucks today, but I'll probably go ahead and call them, and maybe tomorrow they can come out and figure out. They'll have to take it completely off, and they'll have to spray it, and they'll have to do a bunch of work to find where it's leaking, but they'll find it and they'll get it patched up and it'll be good to go again. There we go. There's the last bundle. That poor old 66 MG. It made it for a little while, but it didn't make it very long. Nobody bought anything off of it, so away she went. And then this old grain hauler or whatever this was. Oh, check that out. It crushed flat, but look at that wasp nest right there. That's a big boy. I'm glad there's nothing in it. That'd have been a bad day. But yeah, that's the last bundle. Luckily, my brother's back home from college, so he's here for a few months for the summer. So he's out here right now wrapping the bundles for me. My dad was busy doing other stuff, so he didn't need him over there. So he came over here to help me. He's gonna help me wrap the bundles, and that way when the truck gets here, I should be ready to go. Now that I got this bundle ready, I'm just gonna go ahead and set everything out there, get them all wrapped, ready to go. That way as soon as the truck gets here, he can just drive in, we can load him, he can go. I can set the next load out, get him wrapped for the next truck. Got the first truck on the road. He's headed out east to Tennessee is where those are going. Jackson, Tennessee is where the shredder's at. Setting out the next load now. I got a couple of bundles out there. This load I don't have to crush anything for. It's all ready to go. So Seth's out there wrapping it right now. I'll get the rest of these set out. I gotta go slow. I got a few craters developing here on my road. This one here is getting pretty bad. We fill these in every couple of years, but they wallow back out. Not much you can do about it. This Mercedes here was a fast car. Good running car, but they couldn't handle it, and they bought it and they couldn't handle it, and they rolled it, tore the body all up, and they didn't get out of the impound in time, so they lost it. But yeah, it was body wise, it was completely trashed, but the interior was nice and it did run and drive perfect, but just junk. Well, we got the load all wrapped, had several people bring in loads of junk, and still no truck here. And my dad's here now. He just unloaded a bunch of stuff. I have no clue where that truck's at, so I guess it's almost lunchtime now. If he shows up right at noon, that means I won't get a lunch hour, and I'm not willing to do that, and so I'm just going to go ahead and leave now. It's about 11:30, 11:40, somewhere around there, so I'm going to go ahead and head out, go get something to eat, run a few errands, then I'll come back and see if he's sitting here waiting on me. Well, it's about 2:30 now, and there's still no truck here, so I have no clue what happened to the truck. That's the problem with loading trucks, I've noticed. It's always been like this, that they'll call and say they're going to be there, and then they never show up, or sometimes they'll show up super late, or sometimes they show up the next day. Sometimes they just literally never show up. And it's kind of frustrating because if you make them wait for 30 minutes, they're hot to trot and they're mad at you. You're the worst person ever, but they'll make you wait for hours and they may never show up at all. So, but I guess I'm going to find something else to do. I've been messing with cars, getting cars ready. I got some stuff down here I'm going to clean up now, so I guess I'll show you that. You may remember this is where my trailer that I took camping was sitting. I cleaned this area out. There's a little bit of stuff in here that I'm not getting rid of. Like I've got this thing here, it's covered full of dirty copper, and there's just other odds and ends, but there's a bunch of this stuff that I used to sell on eBay. Like all this chain, that used to be all good working chain. Now obviously nobody's going to use it for what it was, but I used to sell that stuff for arts and crafts on eBay. And those days are long gone. I've got 2 buckets of that there. I don't know what all's in there. These springs, I'll probably go ahead and hang on to those. Those still do sell. But and then these gears in here, I'll probably hang on to those. But all these things full of chain, I'm going to go ahead and pitch all those. I think that's full of springs as well. Full of water too. I have to make sure I knock a hole in that. But I've got some other stuff down here on the ground. Bunch of odds and ends, just random junk back here that I used to sell on eBay that, like I said, I'll never sell again. These headlight buckets, I'll probably keep those. But as far as the rest of this stuff, these old typewriters, these old radios, I don't even know what all's down here, all these gauges, I'm going to go ahead and pitch all that. Try to make some room in here. I don't know what else is laying around. Got a whole pile of gears down here, but I guess they're out of the way. I'll let them sit for now. Then back here I've got this old kids table. I'll pitch it. I've got some bicycles here, a Schwinn Traveler and a Hiawatha. I'll probably just go ahead and pitch both of those. Got these old windows here. I need to go ahead and do something with those, haul them off to the landfill or something. I got this big pile of wheels and tires off of bicycles over here. I need to go ahead and junk those. Try to clean up a bunch of room. I got this old engine. Probably going to keep that wheel for now. But I've got like this old car fender here. I have no clue what that goes to. It's probably not worth anything, so I'll probably go ahead and pitch it. and just other odds and ends stuff. I'd like to get a bunch of this cleaned up, but my main focus for now is kind of this stuff over here and not over there by that truck. I'd like to come in here at some point in time. I've got this van here is clear full of stuff. I mean, clear full of carburetors, antiques, you name it. This is clear full of stuff, and then that box is clear full of stuff. Oh, and then the red van is clear full of stuff as well. I'd like to get in here and get them out, take them out to my place if nothing else. Open up the back door on this. But as you can see, it is clear full of stuff. Bunches of carburetors back here at the back, bunches of stuff on the walls, bunches of stuff there in the middle. There's a lot of good stuff in here, and so I don't want to just crush it all. But if I take it out to my place, I can sort through it later. Same thing with this box here. And then that van over there has a little bit, and that van's clear full as well. And so I'd like to just get all these vans taken out to my place and line them up out there. And then all this stuff in here, I've got all sorts of cool stuff in here. Some of it's just scrap, but there's a lot of neat, just really unique arts and craft type pieces in here. Like this square chain, I'll hang on to that. All these back here, I say these out of water heaters. I thought they were really cool. I don't know what I'll ever do with them all, but they're really neat. And I've got a mountain of them now. Got a big old mountain of springs over there. I've got a bunch of unique gears over there. Bunches of really cool stuff in here. Like I've mentioned in several previous videos, I'd really like to just get my stuff condensed down to where it's all in one spot. I don't have to run willy-nilly all over the place trying to find stuff, and just get rid of a ton of stuff. Even a lot of the stuff that's in these here, I want to be taken to auctions and things like that. And some of it I'm just going to scrap and don't even care. I just want to get it eliminated a little bit and get it reduced down to where it's manageable, because it's so hard to manage this much stuff when you're by yourself. But I'm going to go ahead and start throwing stuff in the truck bed. That truck, I'm going to give him about another hour. If he's not here by 3:30 or so, I'm going to go ahead and head out, because it is brutal hot out here. I'm starting to run low on water, and once I'm out of water, I'm done. I'm not going to stay out here and give myself heat stroke because he decided to be 6 hours late. So that's his problem. He can wait till tomorrow if he does show up late, and he may never show up at all. So I guess we'll find out what's going on there later. It may not seem like much, but I haven't been able to walk through this area right here in so many years. It's crazy. I got rid of a bunch of those over there, and I went through and found a bunch more stuff over there to get rid of, and then I went over yonder and got rid of a bunch of stuff. I'm about worn out though. It's too hot to be throwing iron today, so I think I'm about done with this truck bed. But I even threw away a bunch of old BMX rims in here. I've tried to sell those so many times for 10 bucks for all 4 of them. And people would say, I'll take them, and then nobody ever showed up. And after you do that 15 times over $10, it's just not worth it anymore. So they're gone forever. And I think there's an old banana seat bike in there. Just odds and ends stuff, but nothing super spectacular. A lot of this stuff was a lot better condition when I first saved it, but it's just been sitting for so many years now that it just doesn't matter. So it's all going to go get dumped in the dumpster. This engine here, I think this is a Flash. It's out of a Simca Orande. I don't know how you pronounce it. Out of the 60s. I tried, this engine here ran when I got it, and I tried and tried and tried to get $100 out of it, and it never sold. Now it's locked up, been sitting here for about 6 or 7 years, but away she goes. Dropped it right on top of that 59 Dodge hood. Smashed it. That's the way to do it. So I just talked to my dad, and he's actually doing the same thing. He had a whole bunch of old gas pumps. They were not real old, probably out of the 80s, that he's had forever, and nobody's been interested in, so he's crushing all those. And he had a bunch of old big block Buicks and Oldsmobile engines, 455, stuff like that, and he's scrapping all that stuff today. So he's doing the same thing I am, getting rid of stuff. But it's almost 110 degrees out here with the heat index, so I am done. That truck snoozed, so he loosed. He's not going to make it. I'm out here at my place now, and these are some of my garage sale leftovers. A few of the pieces sold to people from out of state, so I just got to stash them until they get here, like this bicycle and this old spare tire cover here. And then there's a windmill fin down underneath all this. That all sold. But a bunch of this other stuff didn't sell. I have my truck completely rounded. I mean, all the way up high with stuff when I took it to the garage sale. So it sold quite a bit of stuff. But all the stuff that didn't sell, I'm just going to go ahead and stash it in here for now. Most of this I'm just going to go ahead and take out to the next antique sale that he has, which he won't be having that until fall. So it's going to be quite a ways down the road. But when he has that, I plan on taking a big truck and trailer load of stuff out there. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and stash it all in here. I can stash a little bit upstairs maybe, and a little bit over here, just wherever I can find to put it. Maybe I can put some back there. Everything else left in my truck, like this old funky little crossbow here, and the rest of this stuff is all stuff that's sold. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that back to the yard. That way people can meet me while I'm at work and they can buy it there. And I guess at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and head out for the day. It is just brutally hot. It's getting pretty late in the afternoon anyway. Never heard a word from that truck, so I guess we'll see if he shows up tomorrow. If he doesn't, then I'm going to have to move all those bundles back out of the way because they're all sitting right smack dab in the way. And I'll go ahead and start crushing again. But hopefully he does show up in the morning. Hopefully just something happened to where he had to park his truck and he'll be there. We can get those bundles out of the way and go on with life. Either way, I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Silas back again. Actually, I already recorded some stuff this morning, but then I decided I didn't really like the way I recorded it, so I deleted it all. I'm going to start over. But they have another truck that's getting unloaded in a town about an hour and a half from here. And as soon as he's unloaded, he's going to come on over here and get this load out of here. So I do for sure have at least one truck today, maybe two. If not two, then the other one will be here tomorrow. So that's definitely good news. My dad's here now. I've already got him partially unloaded. I've got a guy outside loading up tree brush, hauling off all that tree brush that's been cut and thrown over the fence. So we're getting quite a bit done. But it is extremely windy out today, so I'm having a really hard time recording anything. While I'm waiting on the truck, I went ahead and started going through the bicycles again, and I got a whole bunch of old Raleighs and Schwinn's in this load. There's a few other ones in there as well, but this load is mostly Raleighs and Schwinn's. I think there's a couple Takaras in there as well, but just junk. I pulled all the head badges off, and except for the sticker ones, I just left those on, but got a bunch of cool head badges out of the deal at least. I want to see what they all weigh now and dump them in the dumpster and go back and probably get another load. Well, I don't know where everybody's at. I'm sitting here waiting on people. It's almost lunchtime now. I guess I'll leave and make everybody wait on me. The truck was supposed to be here 30 minutes ago and he never showed up. So not sure what's going on there again. And then another guy was supposed to be here with an old truck and he hasn't showed up. I told him by 11:45 and it's 11:46 right now, or 11:47 now. So I don't know what happened there either. I went ahead and loaded up another truck bed full of stuff. I already dumped it. There wasn't quite as many. It was mainly just bicycles, about 400 pounds, but there was a few old ones in there out of the 50s. But they were just frames, nothing special, just old Schwinn's out of the late 50s. So I guess I'll hang out for another 10 minutes or so and go through some more bicycles and more bicycle parts and throw them in the truck bed, dump another load, and then I guess I'll leave. Speak of the devil, looks like he just got here. He's driving in now with that old truck. Let's see what it is. It is a Jeep. That's kind of cool. Let's check it out. Never mind, we'll check it out later. The truck is here, so I'm going to load these cars up. Well, I got everything loaded, but now he said he wants to take a 30-minute break before he continues any further, so that's nice. It's not like I'm not getting paid to be here or anything like that. I'm on salary, and I don't get paid to work through the lunch hour, so I just spent my entire lunch hour loading him. So I didn't get paid a dime, and I didn't get food, and I'm out of water. So not a good day. This has been an absolute nightmare. Sometimes loading trucks is super easy, like the one yesterday, and other times, like this one here, it is just an absolute living nightmare. I absolutely hate it when trucks are like this. Super, super picky. Won't let me help him do anything, but yet he doesn't want to do it either. All right, that truck is finally done and gone. It took almost 2 hours to load that guy. That's just unreal. Normally it takes like 30 minutes, 45 minutes is max, but to take that long is just absolutely ludicrous. But they're here now, changing the tire on the loader, or not changing it, they're fixing it. That's probably going to take them an hour or so. So what I'm going to do is, it's a little bit overcast now. There's some clouds coming in, so the sun's kind of going away. So I got rid of the big funky hat, put my regular hat back on. I'm going to go in here and work on some more bicycles for a little bit. And I think I have a guy coming to buy maybe a bunch of the old ones. Well, I got another truck bed full. Ought to be about 400 or 500 pounds in there again. Didn't throw too many cool ones in there this time. There's a couple, but not really that many. I set most of the older ones off to the side so that guy has a chance to look at them before I scrap all of them. These here make really good yard art. I mean, I'd sell them cheap, like $5 a piece. 20 bucks for $4. That ain't too bad, I don't think. They'll scrap for about $4 a piece, so I ain't making nothing on them extra anyway. But I figure I'll just kind of take you through here and show you everything back here. That way, when you see this sometime in the future and it's just an empty field back here, you'll know what it looked like before. These bikes here all have really cool gears on them that I want to save the gears off. And the way I save these things is this one here I saved for him, but I'll use it for an example. You take them and you flip them up in the air like this, and you balance them on the handlebars, and you take the torch and you cut them out right there, and then you cut the thing in half and you cut the chain, and the gear side just falls off. And there's a little deal that screws on that holds the gear on. You just heat that up with a torch, put a pipe wrench on it, and it just comes right off, and the gear falls right off. It doesn't take much time at all. I used to save all the gears from the front and the rear for selling on eBay, and I sold a lot of them, made a lot of money through the years doing that. This red one here, I forget what brand that is. I think it's a, what is it, a Metalloid? Is it a Huffy? I think it's a Huffy. But the frame on these is made out of aluminum cans, recycled aluminum cans, and so they're pretty cool. I've got the bare frame for one of these up in the building as well. I'm going to try to put the two together as a pair and sell them that way. I'm kind of digging back here in this area right now. This bike here, why did I say, oh, that's why I saved this one. I couldn't figure out what these were. I mean, I don't know that they're worth anything. I just thought it was unique, so I was going to try to figure out what these were before I scrapped it. That in there, somebody will buy that whole bike. This in here has got a cool gear on it, front and back. Bunches and bunches of bikes through here. And what I'm kind of doing on the ones I'm scrapping is like this in here. I'm going to scrap it, but it's got a really cool Sears head badge on it, so I'll pull that off. Most of the rest of this row, there's a Flying O right there. I'll save that head badge. The rest of those will probably wind up in the scrap. Looks like an old Huffy over there I can pull the badge off of and scrap the rest of those. There's a couple old Raleighs, more Sears, and then the rest of those are mostly junk. That banana seat bike might sell. I've kind of just started up towards the front, but now I'm getting quite a bit of stuff that I want to keep, or I want to try to sell, or I want to try to pull the gears off of, and they're getting kind of in the way, so I can't really get back in here very good. So I think I'm going to stop on that for now. And I got a motorcycle here. I need to decide if I'm going to go ahead and scrap that or what I'm going to do. I think it's just junk. But I got these shelves advertised. If they don't sell by tomorrow, I'll go ahead and scrap those. What is this? An old Honda? A Honda Rebel. It's an old one. I'm not sure what I'll do with this yet. I may scrap it. I may try to sell it. I don't know. I'll decide. But if I can get all this stuff cleared out to where I can get in here and move some of this stuff out, this truck here is ready to go. It's ready just for junk. And then I can get all the way in here. And then back here is a whole bunch of just newer bikes. And there's nothing good here. This is back when I used to just save all the gears regardless of how cool they were. And these are ones I never got around to. So if I crush all those out, that'll open up a big area, and then I can have a better staging area, come in here and keep going through the old bikes, because there's a bunch more old bikes back there along the back row. And then also my guy that's cutting trees down later in the week, if it cools down a little bit, he's going to come in here and clean all these trees out, so that'll open it up even more. So hopefully anyway, by a month from now or so, just kind of working on it here and there, I'll be able to clean this whole corner out, and it'll be all empty completely. And then the old 67 Dodge, I'm going to take that out to my place. That's a parts truck for one of mine. Of course, that truck there is really worth fixing. No rust at all in it except for above the windshield, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, if I could get in here, get all this done, maybe I could even get that old Ford bus out and scrap it. It's a 58, I think, 58 or 9 Ford bus. Get it out of here. Well, that would really open this area up in here to where I could have a big staging area again, because I've got all these boxes and crates and machinery and things like that, and I've got to sort through them and process all those, and that's just a fraction of them. I've got a bunch more, so it would be nice to have a big area to be able to do that. This just came in for scrap. The guy's going to come back tomorrow. He wants to pull some glass out of it, the rear window, the fuel pump, some other pieces he needs for one of his. But he bought this tractor and he dropped it off here. He said he'll come back tomorrow, strip the parts off he wants, and then sell the rest of it to us for scrap. Okay, finally got the loader fixed. Everything's taken care of, and I got a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and show this Jeep to you guys. I'm not sure what year this thing is. An old J20 3/4 ton Jeep truck. This door's messed up, doesn't open. I guess he's got it wired shut too, but I'm actually kind of shocked that this truck isn't just rusted to nothing. Usually these things rust out so bad. 4-wheel drive. I think the motor's still in it. I don't know where the hood latch is out on these things. There it is. Yeah, it's still in here. Radiator's gone. Looks like the engine's partially taken apart. Hard telling why. I'm not sure what engine they put in these things. Well, I think it was a 390, is that right? That sounds right. It's not the same as a Ford 390. It was an AMC 390. I think that's what they put in these. I could be wrong. Maybe it was a 360. I don't know. They are very similar sizes to Ford engines, but they're just totally different. But I don't know if there's any value to it. Probably not. If I get this hood to close. There we go. But yeah, it's got a pretty good grill in it still. It's one of those plastic grills, but they have this nice bumper guard on it here, so that protected it through the years. It does have a little bit of damage right here, but being a plastic grill, that might be worth some money, so I'll have to look that up later and see. This side of the truck looks like the door's been replaced, but once again, nothing's rusted out. Somebody put a funky little flatbed on it at some point in time. The guy was gonna keep the flatbed, but then at the last minute he decided he didn't want it. See if we can get this door to open. Check out that nest in there. I don't think anybody's home. Yeah, it's got a few good dash parts in it, probably. Instrument cluster. It's a non-tilt column, 4-speed on the floor, so nothing super valuable there, but somebody might need something. I don't know whether to hang on to this one or not. The cab's kind of crunched in on top, looks like someone jumped on it. That's pretty typical for these old farm trucks. Farmers' kids or grandkids come out to the farm to say hello and they go out and play on the old vehicle. At least it didn't shoot the windows out. That's pretty common too. Yeah, I don't know if there's any value here or not. There might be. Like I said, I bet you that grill's worth a little bit. As far as the drivetrain, I doubt there's any value there. I don't know. These Jeeps are somewhat popular. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll do a little bit of research on it. I won't crush it today. I'll set it aside for a little while. It is kind of unfortunate that it came to this yard though, because I would really rather it be at my place. That way I can set it aside a little bit longer. So here it's kind of in the way, so I'm going to have to make a decision pretty quick. If I do decide to keep it, I'm going to have to load it up on my trailer and take it out there. I tell you what, I thought I just hit the jackpot. Thought I found a gold and diamond ring right there. When the sun hit that just right, I thought that little piece of glass right there was a diamond and that this was a gold ring, but I don't even know what it is. Hunk of brass, I think. Yeah, just a hunk of brass. But boy, I was sure excited for a minute. Well, I sold 5 bicycles and I sold those 2 Tecumseh engine racks that I had back there, so that's pretty cool. All that sold. One of the bicycles and the 2 racks, the guy's from out of state, but he buys a lot of stuff from me, so I'll add those to his pile. And then the other ones the guy came and got just now, so a few of them got saved. Tomorrow I'll go through and take some pictures of more of them and try to list them. Try to give them at least one more chance at least becoming yard art, if nothing else. And then if nobody buys them after that, they're done. They won't ever get listed again. I'll go ahead and pitch them in the scrap. I sold this old Packard taillight. And then I sold, let's see here, what's this number on this one? 163. Yep, I sold this throttle body here. This is a 4.3 liter out of like a Firebird or El Camino, Camaro, something like that. And one more piece I sold. Here it is. Right here. I sold an International Harvester toolbox cover. So sold a few things, not a lot of money there, but I think that comes out to about $65 altogether, so not bad. It took me probably 15 minutes to list all that stuff, and it'll take me another 15 minutes to package it all, so 30 minutes for $65. Since I started putting stuff on eBay again, I've been making, a couple $100 a week, and not a lot of money, but I don't put hardly any time into it. Just kind of a steady, what do you want to call it, extra income. Something I don't really count on, just extra money to have. It's always handy to have there. But I am absolutely exhausted. This heat's taken out of me. Not nearly as hot today as it was yesterday, but still, I am worn out. You can probably tell by the way I'm talking, the way I look, I am done. So I'm going to go ahead and gather this stuff up, go home, take a rest for a little while, then I'll package it up. Hope you guys enjoyed riding along with me today, or the last couple days, I guess. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and as always, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. I hope your air conditioning keeps working, and remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.